Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Well, today we're going to be discussing the new Xbox ROG Ally. Now, this came out yesterday, and all the major publications did reviews on it. Now, every single reviewer had one thing in common about this handheld. Well, they shared a few things in common, but one major point, that it's not an Xbox console. Every single reviewer was pretty straightforward when they made this comment about the Xbox ROG Ally. They basically said it's a handheld PC running with an Xbox app on top of it so that you can have a unified launcher, but it's still a Windows experience. Now, all over the ROG Ally is the Asus markings. It's just, I can't even describe the level of insanity that is going over on the Xbox side, or I should say with some Xbox fans. Now, to give you guys just a short summary of my Xbox journey, I have been a day one Xbox supporter. I was day one with Xbox Live, the first console. Before that, I was playing on PC. So I've always been in the ecosystem, right? So I've had every single Xbox. I've been there every single generation. I was there for the greatest generation, the Xbox 360. I stayed when the Xbox did horrible with the next generation console after that. I stayed for the Xbox Series S and X that we're going through right now. And the turning point for me was when Microsoft just didn't really care about the core gamers, when they became more corporate, when they just started to lie a lot, saying that, only 4 games are going to come to PlayStation. All the games came to PlayStation, the games that Microsoft went to court and fought to make sure that they could get the ABK acquisition. And look what happens. All of those games that could have put them in a better position, that could have sold their console more, they put them on the competition. Why? Because of greed, because they want to make more money. Now they are slowly converting Xbox gamers over to PC, and they're being very disingenuous with it. They're using the guys as this PC handheld, as the next PC hybrid Xbox console, when in reality, they're just bringing them over to PC. Now, why do I say that the Xbox ROG Ally is a PC? Because it only plays PC versions of games natively. It doesn't play console versions natively. You have to play them via the cloud. Now, some people say, well, that still makes it an Xbox. Every single handheld that is in the market today can play Xbox games. It can also stream it. This is no different than any other PC handheld aside from performance. It has a better processor in there. It's just a better APU, so you're gonna get better performance out of it. But some things remain the same, like the screen, so it's still the same screen as the original ROG Ally. Now, some people are saying, well, it has this Xbox launcher, and you can only do that on the Xbox ROG Ally, and that is incorrect. You can also do this on other handheld devices. In fact, I have ported it over to my OG ROG Ally, and I am running the same experience right now that many who went out and bought the Xbox ROG Ally are experiencing. I'm enjoying the same benefits. Now, I will say that this launcher is fantastic. I like the ability of just being able to boot into the Xbox launcher and just play my games, my Steam games, wherever my games are on PC. It's all in one place there, and I can just play my games. So I do like that. In fact, I want them to bring this to the desktop. I think this is going to help a lot of people that were afraid of PC come in, because it's going to simplify the experience, and that can be a little bit overwhelming for those that have never really ventured into PC gaming. I'm not saying that PC gaming is hard, it's not, but there's definitely more steps that you got to do over a console experience. A console experience is just plug and play. If the game has to update, it updates, and that's it, and you're good to go. You play your game. On PC, it's not so straightforward. Sometimes you gotta, maybe a chipset driver came out. Maybe there's a BIOS update that they want you to update in order to make your system stable. Perhaps there's a new GPU driver. There's other things that you have to do. Now, while you're on PC and the years that you've been there, you're going to develop this is going to become second nature, okay? So it's not a problem for PC gamers, but I can see how somebody coming in from a console would be overwhelmed by this. Now, what Microsoft is actually doing is they are converting the console players over to PC in a streamlined way so that it's just easy for them and they don't have to worry about the pitfalls of PC. This is what's happening. Now, this Xbox ROG Ally is a testing ground for their software. The same software that is on other handhelds, the same software that I have on my handheld right now. There is no hardware in that PC handheld that is not found in another PC handheld. The MSI Claw has the same abilities. So there's nothing that makes this distinctively an Xbox besides the tag of an Xbox ROG Ally, which is really just an app on the device. It is still a Windows 11 device. Now, like usual, I'm going to provide evidence because a lot of the detractors, they like to run their mouth without evidence. They like to make all these type of arguments to try so hard to prove a point. And you know what? I don't really call out people, but people are saying, oh, we're fishing for you. Oh, look what he said. Oh, we're gonna make a video about you. So I just gotta expose some of these things because it's just ridiculous. But first, let's get into the evidence that reviewers said that this is not an Xbox. Not that the device is not good, not that it doesn't perform good. That's not my claim. I think it's a great device. I think it's very pricey. I think it's overpriced for what you're getting. But when it comes to it being an Xbox, don't take my word for it. Look at all of these reviewers, and these are huge reviewers, okay, with a high reputation. So you can hear what they have to say, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna have a discussion about this because this is just getting out of hand.
Even understand what this is, let alone explain it to you. I mean, Microsoft calls it an Xbox, but it's plastered with ROG branding. You can't play the vast majority of your old Xbox game library, and even the special sauce, the Xbox full screen experience that runs over top of Windows, feels like it could have just as easily been an app that runs over top of Windows. But then, hey, I'm a PC gamer, so this kind of collaboration between the Xbox team, who takes gaming very seriously, and the Windows team, who takes, I don't know, telemetry very seriously, it's basically what I've been asking Microsoft to do for years. Hey, we got quick resume. Well, almost console-like? Also, classic Windows. Don't be too surprised if your device randomly wakes up for a little bit before going back to sleep. Not enough to drain your battery too much over the course of a day, but if you leave it for a week, it might be dead by the time you come back. And the coolest part is that these optimizations are for everyone. If you want to try the Xbox full screen experience, you can do it right now. No purchase necessary. It's not perfect. I mean, just because you aren't using the Steam interface doesn't mean that it doesn't need to run. So waiting around for Steam to launch and then dismissing all the annoying little pop-ups the first time you fire up a Steam game, that's a distinctly Windows experience here. But the only other real issue we encountered with the full screen experience was occasionally the UI would get randomly stuck and then all of our inputs would action at once. It does seem to happen less once the device has been running for a while, and we expect this to improve over time, but it is something we saw, so it's something we have to mention. The only major thing missing is Xbox games. Modern ones, no problem. Cross-platform Play Anywhere licenses have been common for years now. But if you have a big digital library of older Xbox games, I'm sorry to say that a bunch of them will not run on this device. And there were plenty of comments on Xbox's reveal video asking, okay, well, how is this an Xbox then? And the truthful answer is, I don't know. But, I mean, given that all it is just a mode for Windows 11 that happens to be launching on these new devices that have Xbox branding on them, maybe that shouldn't be a surprise? Except that Microsoft kept shouting, Xbox, Xbox, every time the subject of the ROG Ally 2 came up. So this is a completely self-inflicted wound. On the subject of the Ally 2, I mean, the ROG Xbox Ally X.
Tag Radio.
My first question I want to ask you, while using the device, does it feel like this is an Xbox product, this is the Asus product, or this is like some Windows? Like, what is it when you have it? What's the first thing like does it feel like an Xbox thing or more of an Asus thing?
It feels more like an Asus thing. This is a Windows handheld. And I've been pretty consistent on that, just throughout the summer. I get it. This is an Xbox. It has a Xbox button on it, which makes it very convenient. Like I said, from a navigation standpoint, it is very handy and clutch to have this thing on here. Don't get me wrong. But is it an Xbox? No, it's a Windows device. It is a Windows 11 device that is very capable of doing Xbox things. I think that's the best way to put it. The Xbox app is there. It is presented to you at startup, which is great. Your PC Xbox library is available to you. You can also, which is pretty cool, if you go into the app and you go into like games that you've been playing, it will show you the last place that you played it. So it'll say it was on the PC, it was on the console. It will give you the option for games that are cloud enabled to directly launch it from here and cloud stream these games. So that is great too. Don't get me wrong. So like even the ones you own, like I was able to cloud stream The Witcher 3 directly off of here because it showed up in the library and boom, I'm in cloud streaming The Witcher 3. All that is great. So, like I said, they had tweaked their messaging at Gamescom to talk about you will have access to your Xbox library, either natively for the PC games and the ones that are not, and the ones that are, console specific or whatever that are not available on PC, you can cloud stream them from here, the ones that you own and the ones that are available on Game Pass. So that's great. But is it an Xbox? I'm going to say no. Now with that said, because look, I know people will have a field.
People are going to grab that clip and post it.
They will love that. They will absolutely love that I'm saying that.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm saying that is that is what an Xbox used to be. This is the alpha for the next generation of Xbox. I'm telling you right now, this is what the next generation of Xbox is going to be. It is going to be Windows based and it is going to have a similar UI experience to this. This is now their time to curate and get it right before the next gen hardware comes out. But if you think for 1 second, this isn't a sneak peek at where they're headed, you're fooling yourself. And honestly, I like it. I like having multiple digital stores available to me. I like having those libraries integrated into my Xbox app experience. And that's what this is, ultimately.
Now, I'm going to give Paris some credit here, man, because he came out and he said it like it is. It is not an Xbox. It is a Windows 11 device. It is a PC handheld. However, this is the direction that Microsoft, that Xbox, is going to take the future of the Xbox brand. They are going PC. They're just leading the sheep over to PC. And I think that's the thing that grinds my gear the most, how they're disingenuous about it. And when you call it out and you say, hey, this is not an Xbox, this is a PC running an Xbox app. This is something that you can experience on other handhelds. You don't need this specific one to experience the same thing. They still say it's an Xbox. Why? Because it has an Xbox button? That's ridiculous. That is not an Xbox device. Now, I said today, because there's been some polls going out, people saying, oh, the place, actually, I'll pull it up here. Let me just pull it up on my screen here. All right, I have it up on the screen. Doc Darkness says, can you play a PlayStation 5 console game on a PlayStation Portal? Literally a yes or no question. You have to add context to the answer if you're being disingenuous. Just answer to the best of your intelligence. Now, these guys, I don't understand. The mental gymnastics that are going on is just unbelievable. So you have to answer yes or no if PlayStation console games run on the PlayStation Portal. And you know what their answer is going to be? Well, the Xbox ROG Ally, it plays Xbox games natively. So it's an Xbox if that's a PlayStation Portal. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. My phone can stream all the Xbox games. Does that make my phone an Xbox? You can stream all these games in the cloud. Does that make my Fire TV stick an Xbox? These guys fall for the marketing and it's really sad. And honest to tell you, some of these guys, I don't believe they're that dumb. I don't think they're that slow. They just do this to keep engaging with Xbox fans for their videos, for their super chats, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me, because it's kind of obvious that this is not an Xbox. And I've provided the evidence. And these guys are using this to make content. It's unbelievable. I don't like to make content on anybody. I like to make content on gaming. on discussing things that I enjoy, not on content creators. And these guys, like I responded here with Tom Warren, right? And he goes on to say, it's the whole experience. People often buy a game on console over PC because it's cheaper, and you just switch it on and it just works. This isn't cheaper, and the experience doesn't just work. Now you can see the responses here. The other guy says just works, does need to be worked on more, and I agree that this is a PC in the fullest sense. Someone says it does have to be much cheaper. Wait, what? This is not an Xbox? Someone's laughing. And Tom Warren responds, no, it's definitely not. It's a Windows PC. And the sentiment, like I've showed you, it's like across so many huge content creators, okay? When you have Paris saying, no, it's not an Xbox, it's a PC handheld experience, but this is what the future of Xbox is going to be, it tells you right there. The future of Xbox is PC, and they're going to try to streamline it and bring over Xbox gamers. So I haven't seen any of the videos that these guys have made, but I can already see that the angle they're going to take is that by me saying that the PlayStation Portal can play PlayStation games, that it's a PlayStation, in essence, that makes the Xbox ROG Ally an Xbox because it can play Xbox games the same way it plays the PlayStation games. Now, I'm going to say this. The PlayStation Portal only plays PlayStation 5 games that are available on that console. It streams them. It streams them from your console to the device. It'll also stream them from the cloud. I think that was a new feature that was enabled. Sony makes the PlayStation Portal. It only plays games on the Sony PlayStation. Now, in this post here, I answered to Doc. I said, still saying the ROG Ally 2 is an Xbox. I put the same software on my OG ROG Ally. Still, they go on. Every single reviewer says it's not an Xbox, but a handheld PC. Riddle me this. Who does the warranty on the Xbox ROG Ally? Xbox or Asus? Who handles the warranty on the PlayStation Portal? Like, these guys come with these arguments determined to make you believe that this is an Xbox device, that it's an Xbox console, when in reality, it's a PC handheld that is masquerading with an Xbox mask on. Now, I've shown you that I can put this on my OG ROG Ally. You can put it on other handheld devices. It'll do the exact same thing. This is a software thing. And like I've said, they want to bring console gamers over to the PC market in a streamlined way so that it's not difficult for you. You just kind of fire it up like you fired up your old console. It'll update, it'll do everything in the background for you, and you can just play your games. And I love this approach. But this doesn't make the handheld an Xbox console or an Xbox device. It is simply a ROG Ally 2 with an Xbox UI that you can put on other devices. It's not made by Xbox, it's made by Asus. If you look at the device, it has Asus all over it. If you have to do a warranty claim, it's not being sent to Xbox, it's not being sent to Microsoft, it's being sent to Asus because they are the ones that make this device, and Microsoft put software on the device. Now, in the future, I do believe that there's going to be an Xbox PC, and at that time, gamers can use the moniker Xbox PC because those AMD built hybrid consoles or hybrid PCs, whatever you want to call them, they're going to have the PC architecture completely. They're going to have the same GPU, the same APU, everything's going to run the same, but they're also going to have another chip on it that is responsible for backwards compatibility that will allow gamers to play their backwards compatible games. And this is what will make that hybrid an Xbox PC. But at the end of the day, they are transitioning Xbox gamers over to PC. Now, it's a slow transition, and I can see how it can confuse some Xbox gamers, but this is not an Xbox console. This is truly a PC handheld. You don't have to take my word for it. I've shown you plenty of examples today in this video of top reviewers stating that it's not an Xbox console. You have even Paris stating that it's not an Xbox, that it's a Windows PC handheld, that it's a Windows 11 handheld. What more do you need to be told? What more evidence do you need to see? And these guys, they still carry on saying that it's an Xbox device. And some of them are trolling and some of them are serious. But at the end of the day, I think it really hurts the true Xbox fans because the message is not clear and it's very confusing. And I'm going to tell it to you guys how it is. They are transitioning Xbox gamers over to PC. So whether you wait for the next gen PC hybrid or you go and get a PC now, your experience is going to be the same, barring, the backwards compatibility that you're going to get on the PC hybrid versions. Now, to be honest with you guys, I don't really dig into my old games too much. I care about this current generation, and this current generation of Xbox games, they were on the PC. I'm talking like first party games from the studios that they bought. They are on PC, so you'll be able to enjoy those games. Now, like the UFCs and the NHLs that are only on console, you will not enjoy that on PC if you just go the PC route. So perhaps you got to pick up a PlayStation or, you wait for the PC hybrid. But in all honesty, I would just tell you guys just to switch over to PC. I think it's a pretty streamlined experience right now. Yes, there's some new things that you need to learn. And if you still find it overwhelming, I do believe that in the future, this PC app that is on the handheld device that allows you to play your Xbox games and streamlines the whole experience by just booting into that when you turn it on, I believe that's going to be coming to the desktop version. Now, some of us have tried to put it on the desktop version and it doesn't work. It looks like it's missing a couple of flags to allow it to work on the desktop. But I do believe sooner than later, this is also going to make an appearance on the desktop. And I think it's going to streamline the whole gaming experience on PC. Even myself, someone who is well versed in PC gaming, sometimes I just want to boot up my PC and just go straight into my gaming and not have to deal with the Windows OS at all. So this will be welcome to PC. And I think we could see a boom in PC because of this app. So I think the future of Xbox truly is just an app. I think they're going to allow you to play your games everywhere like what they're doing now. They're going to release their games on the PlayStation. They're going to release their games on the PC hybrid. If your Xbox catalog is important to you, you'll be able to play your Xbox catalog of games on that PC hybrid. They're going to transition this app over to PC to streamline the experience and perhaps attract some people over to the PC because at the end of the day, they want to sell these games. They don't care where you buy these games, and they've made that abundantly clear. So they just want to sell games. And this strategy, I think, will help the studios. I think they will sell games with this strategy. However, I think the future of the Xbox console is bleak because I don't think a lot of people are going to opt for that hybrid console. Maybe the ones that backwards compatibility is important to them, but I don't think it's going to be enough gamers. And I think when gamers finally figure it out, that Xbox is truly on PC now, and that is their direction, and that is where you're going to get the best experience, and that the PC hybrid is basically a spec down PC because it's allowing you to play all of your PC games. A lot of gamers are probably going to transition over to a full desktop PC experience. So it's very interesting to see where this is all going to take us. I think that gaming is definitely changing for Microsoft. This is the approach that they're going with in the future. They're going to focus on PC. They're going to put their app on PC. They're going to transition the console gamers over to PC. They're going to try to streamline the experience for them to make it as simple as possible to give them a console-like experience. However, it's truly going to be on PC. Now, why do I say this? Because it's playing PC games. If it wasn't playing PC games, then it wouldn't be a PC. It's playing every PC storefront game. I see a lot of people saying, oh, you can play the Sony games. You can play Sony games on PC now. You know why? Because they're available on PC. You know what plays PC games? Other PCs. So it's kind of self-explanatory. I feel like I've been talking about this ad nauseum, and you can't really argue with fools for too long because you end up looking like a fool too, and people can't figure out what's what. And I think I just got to leave these people alone. Let them stay in their corner. Let them make 1,000 videos and 1,000 arguments on why it's an Xbox, when us, the normal, rational-minded person, can see that this is truly not an Xbox. It's a PC handheld with a great integration of an Xbox app on it. I will say that. However, it is simply not an Xbox. All of the reviewers have said the same thing. So who are we going to believe? We're going to believe these little people in the corner here screaming that it's an Xbox, or are we going to believe the masses? Now, you can say, oh, this person is biased, or this person doesn't like Xbox. Every single reviewer had the same opinion. They all said the same thing, that this is not an Xbox and that it doesn't give you a streamlined Xbox experience, that you can't play all of your Xbox games on it, that you can't play some of the games natively on it. They describe why it's not an Xbox. Anyways, that's it. I'm done with this topic. We're just going to leave these guys in the corner and they can talk amongst themselves and remain in their echo chamber. The truth is, it's not an Xbox console. And if they want to make the argument that the PlayStation is not a PlayStation device, it is a PlayStation device. It's not a console. It is a PlayStation streaming device that only plays games that are on your PlayStation 5. It was never marketed as anything else. It is what it is. And it is also made by Sony. The Xbox ROG Ally is not made by Xbox. It is made by Asus. If you have to do a warranty claim, Asus is going to do it, not Xbox, because it's not an Xbox device. Now, when Xbox develops hardware on the SoC that plays your backwards compatible games, that you're able to play your Xbox games natively, then it will be an Xbox console. When the Xbox Hybrid PC comes out, and it has this said chip in it that allows you to play your old Xbox titles natively, then it will be an Xbox console. Until then, it is not an Xbox console. It is merely an app that is running over PC, that's running over Windows 11, that allows you a streamlined experience to go in and just play the games at your own without having to worry about the stuff in Windows. You're still going to have some issues. You're still going to have some screens that pop up. It is still a Windows experience. This was made abundantly clear in all of the videos that I showed today. So anyone else out there trying their hardest with the mental gymnastics to make you believe or make themselves believe that this is an Xbox console, I say leave them be. Let them be delusional. I think it's sad that some of the bigger guys are continuing on with this narrative when it's clear it's not an Xbox console, and it's at the point now, it's just laughable. Like, what are you gonna say to these guys? They're delusional. You just gotta leave them be. Now, with that being said, I wanna know what you guys think about all this, because it matters to me what you guys think, like my real viewers, like the guys that have been here from day one. Do you think that this is an Xbox console? If you do, let me know why. Do you think that the PlayStation Portal is a PlayStation device? If you don't, let me also know why. They are bringing Xbox gamers into the PC ecosystem in a streamlined way. And I gotta be honest, it's pretty ideal the way that they're bringing it in, because a lot of console gamers are put off by PC. This will make the experience a lot more accessible for them. And I think they're just being really disingenuous with the plan. Now, anyone that has a brain can see what Microsoft is doing here. And going forward, we're just gonna, discuss the possibilities. We're going to see what Microsoft brings with this PC hybrid, and we're going to see if Microsoft is going to be successful with that console. But until that console comes out, there is no true thing as an Xbox PC, because right now you can play all of your Xbox games on PC. You can play PlayStation titles on PC. You can play the EA games. You can play all games that are on PC on this handheld device, because it is a PC handheld device. If it was an Xbox device, it would have to play all of the Xbox titles, at least your backwards compatible titles, to be truly called an Xbox. The streaming argument makes no sense. My phone streams Xbox games. My tablet streams Xbox games. It doesn't make that device an Xbox device. It also streams PlayStation games, my phone and my tablets and other devices. It doesn't make those devices a PlayStation device as well. The reason why the PlayStation Portal is a PlayStation device is because it only works with a PlayStation 5 and it's made by Sony. So I don't really know what more to say to these guys. Anyways, you just let me know in the comment section down below what you think. And like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one.